So I did Phoenix to Corpus Christi, Texas, and back in 34 hours. So I did it. I sold the Hobie Pro Angler, and I loved that kayak, but I've only got so much time to fish, and what I really wanted to do was get out there much further, much faster, and so I've been looking at the Solo Skiffs. Problem is, I sold the Pro Angler to get the money to buy the Solo Skiff. Didn't realize they're on back order for over a year now. You just can't find them. And when you find a used one, they're always in the Gulf states. They're in Texas, a lot in Florida. And so I just decided I found the one I wanted as close as I could get it, and that was Corpus Christi Bay. I left here at 3 in the morning. I got to Corpus Christi, Texas by 8 p.m. Took about 45 minutes to load up the Solo Skiff. Made a new friend and decided I was going to start heading back toward New Mexico, start heading back west. I didn't want to leave myself too much Texas the next day, and I actually ended up making it all the way back to El Paso, another 9 hours. So I did 25 hours in one day, and I pulled over in a rest stop there at the border of New Mexico. My video cut out. So I pulled over at the border of Texas there, slept a few hours, and finished up the last leg. So I did Phoenix to Corpus Christi, Texas, and back in 34 hours. But, you know, it was an adventure, and I got my Solo Skiff. And let me show it to you. It's 14 foot long, just like the Pro Angler. But here it is. Let's see. Put a handle up here. I'm going to put a cleat here with a Railblaza port where I'll be able to put my front navigation lights. This right now is a dry storage bin, but OEX in San Diego is going to make this a live well for me. And the battery for the live well will be in the center hatch with a switch to turn it on there. I'll be able to catch my bait, put it there. I like that I have a forward Railblaza track mount here. I'm going to put one on the other side. I'm going to want to troll off both sides. I don't really like this raised up Yak Attack mount as much, but I'm going to leave it for now and move one of these to the other side. What I noticed was, when I've got my left hand on the tiller, I would like to have something for my right hand to hold on to. I did buy this Hobie small 9-inch H-rail. It'll probably go here, somewhere where I can use it as a handle. Now this may not look familiar to you. This is a custom bracket for a power pole. Now in the Gulf states, Texas, Florida, they're doing a lot of shallow water fishing, and they use something called a power pole, and it's a power anchor. And so they mount that on the back here, and there's, imagine a 6-foot pole in the air, and when they want to anchor down, they're only in 3 feet or less of water, and they'll hit a switch up here, and that pole will anchor down into the water. They can sit there. I'm not doing that type of fishing, so I don't quite know what I'm going to make out of it yet. It's a little far back to have rocket launchers on it to do my trolling. I think this is a pretty unstable area of the boat, so I don't want to be reaching too far back. I don't know, man. Maybe I mount a box on there with power and I have my batteries in it, and it's running my light. Maybe it's running a camera off the back. So one thing I'm going to do is I need to decide whether I'm going to mount my fish finder on the left or the right. And then what most people are doing, is a grab bar back here, and with the Hobie H-bar attachment, you can put your transducer to that bar. Well, my H-bar attachments are a little too small to go around the diameter of that bar, so I have to come up with another solution on how to mount my transducer off the back for my fish finder. Let's see. I feel like there's, you know, I'm going to San Diego in 2 weeks. I'm spending an entire week. I'm going to fish every day off this, and then we're going off a boat on Friday. It's my birthday week. I'm trying to get everything as ready as possible to spend a week doing as good as I can, you know, getting out there, making as many videos as I can. So it's kind of stressful, actually, figuring out how I want everything laid out. On one hand, it's a blank slate. On the other hand, there's kind of a lot of options, and you don't know what you don't know, you know, until you know. So I need to take it out fishing and find out what I need. Here's the center hatch. I did pick this up at Harbor Freight. Kind of cool, it's cheap. I believe I need to have a net, so there's a folding net in there for California. I have my air horn. Need to get a small fire extinguisher. And what I'm going to do right now is mount a plate here for my seat. I'm going to put a seat on it. Let me show you. You know what? Let's unbox this thing. See what the Millennium seat looks like. See that? Looks comfortable. Looks lightweight. Breathable. I've seen some folks with some pretty big, cushy bass boat type cushions on their Solos, and I don't know, man. I'm sure it's comfortable. I'm trying to keep the weight down. I don't want to get too high up though. You know, the higher you get, the center of gravity is a little more tippy. Let's see. Got some instructions. Here's the seat. It looks like I've got a... It folds down nice for when I'm in transit. And then, oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. That'll be nice. I'll be able to swivel. All right. Ace Hardware. Some stainless steel mounting hardware. See you soon. All right, so the other day when I was installing my seat, I got called into work in the middle of my video. So I had to leave you. But here's how the seat turned out. Let's see, it's got my little snap here. Folds up. I like it because it's really low profile. It's mesh, a lot like any old kayak seat, a lot like the Hobie seat. I think it'll be breathable. Water will go through it. It's not real bulky with cushions like some of the bass seats. Swivels. I've got a couple bands on it so that I can still put my Hobie pack on the back, because my plan for that is when I power my cameras, I like to externally power my camera so I can run it for over 10 hours at a time without changing out batteries ever. And so I'll do that by running a battery pack like this in this bag, and then my camera will be mounted right here, and I'll be running out of that bag up to it. I also built this dry box with a through hole kit from Railblaza. I'll have another battery pack inside there. It'll remain dry, it'll come up, and I'll have a camera mounted here with door open, no battery, and putty over so no water will get in, and that'll power that camera on looping for over 10 hours straight without ever having to change the battery. I just through bolted, with the help of my wife, these H-rails from Hobie. That is a very difficult task. I could barely reach through that center hatch especially on that one. I could barely reach enough to just stick the nut on with my finger and get it started 2 threads so that I could blindly grab it with some pliers while my wife drilled it in for me. But these are rock solid 3-bolted now, so that's great. I moved these Railblazer rails up. There was one horizontally down here. They're both vertically now, so I can move them forward. Added this front mounting Railblazer star port for this camera boom. My kill bag will be up here, and I'll have these small eyelets, each strategically placed where I can secure the kill bag. Today I put in this Hobie hatch, which allows me to have access in here if we want to put rails up here or anything, and it'll give me a spot to put my wet weather gear. Let me stick that down in there. This foam can go back. I'll stick my wet weather gear down in here. Got some nice wet weather gear, maybe some emergency gear, and that'll free up this hatch. You know what, I was going to do a live well inside here from OEX, but they don't have the parts, so I guess I have more dry storage, and I don't know what I'm going to do for live bait this next week. I'm spending an entire week fishing in San Diego. I was going to build my own live well kit back here, maybe move this over, still have a little bit of room for water to get past, and put my live well there, build it with an external pump, and run the tubing down into the water. I have a pump on the outside, but I don't know if it's COVID or what. Everybody's out of all the parts, so I can't do that either. I guess I will be building a live bait tube to just hang off the side of the kayak or the skiff. It's not going to work great. It's not going to work great for going quickly out to where I want to go. If I have Max in there, they'll probably die. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll be doing a lot of jig fishing and trolling. But it would be nice to have some live bait. So I still have to figure that out. My 7-inch refurbed Lowrance fish finder came today. I'm going to mount it. I don't have the ball mount for it yet. It's going to go on the rail right where that spot is. It's going to go right there. I've got the through hole kit, and I'm going to start wiring that probably tomorrow. I'll drill those holes, get the wiring going. So when I get to San Diego, I'll go to Fast Lane. I'll pick up the battery and kit from them. They have a whole power wiring kit that's nice, and a few other items. I'll get the kill bag from them. I love that place. Yeah, so coming along. We'll get it on the water for a whole week this coming week. Oh, so I got some sheet metal here. I'm gonna have to fabricate a bracket back here for my transducer, my Lowrance transducer. A lot of people are taking the Hobie H-rail kit and putting their transducer on it. The H-rail kit bars, this bar is a little thicker than an H-rail, so it will not fit. These H-rail clamps will not fit around that, which is a bummer. So I got to come up with another solution there, and I got some sheet metal there, and I'll probably work on that here shortly. All right, thank you.